For more on this, I'm joined on set by our international affairs commentator, Douglas Herbert. Doug, why is this decision being seen as so significant?
Because it's significant in the sense that, look, this is a Supreme Court of the United States that, for many Americans, was really being seen now as beholden, paying fealty to Donald Trump. And I say that because it wasn't just a conservative majority on the court. It was a conservative supermajority, six conservatives, three liberals, and those six conservatives, three of them were Trump appointed. There had been more than just there had been more than some justification for that impression that this was a Trump beholden court, in the sense that one of its first acts back in 2024 was basically 2025 was to grant Trump broad immunity from prosecutions in actions in his official exercise of the presidency. That is broad latitude from any fear of being prosecuted for things, say, trying to subvert an election. So that was seen, that green lighting of Trump's aggressive agenda and Trump's, let's just say it, his outright dodging of accountability and skirting of prosecution. That was green lighted by the Supreme Court. They also have tended to, I say tended, there have been exceptions, to greenlight his aggressive policies, let's use the word aggressive policies on immigration, his immigration crackdown, and in a whole number of other areas. So this is a rare, I won't call it rebuke, but what I will say, it is a rare instance of the Supreme Court, in a sense, doing what the founding fathers wanted and enshrined in its function, and that is being one of the powers of government, the branches of government that is a check on executive authority, i.e., a check on the president. So literally, by rejecting and as illegal a policy that had become sort of the defining pillar of Donald Trump's presidency, not just of economic policy, but really of his foreign policy, a tariff pillar that he had used as a blunt weapon to, let's just say it, coerce and bully countries around the world, including a lot of his allies, supposed allies. The fact that they were willing to do that is perhaps a signal that this is not a Supreme Court that is not willing to, at least at some instances, at some junctures, on some issues, even some big ones such as this, willing to exercise its independence.
And now, the ruling's been made, but we are looking at what's the practical impact. I mean, what can we expect in the U.S. and abroad?
Yeah, well, right now, the practical impact, let's start on the domestic front. The domestic front, a lot of people are standing there wondering, well, does this mean that companies, government, citizens are now going to sue to get their money back? Because let's remember, these Trump tariffs, Trump could call them what they were. They were essentially an attacks on American importers, American companies, and on American consumers, i.e. taxpayers. So you could almost see these tariffs in a way as robbing American people of billions of dollars, in the sense that they were forced to pay higher prices for a vast array of products. So yeah, you could see it as sanctioned by Congress, in a sense, of highway robbery of the American citizen. The impact at home could be a lot if you actually have big court battles shaping up and companies seeking to be paid back. But that could take months and years, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. As far as the impact in terms of changed tariffs, a lot of countries are just factoring in the fact that this has the Supreme Court may have had this ruling, and that, yes, it may have come down hard on this pillar of Trump's policy, economic and foreign. It doesn't mean that Trump's approach to governance and Trump's approach to the presidency and his entire mindset and philosophy, governing philosophy, is changing. It is exactly the same. And as we've heard in Donald Trump's own words, his press conference, he is right out of the get-go, he is finding other ways to do what we would call an end run around the Supreme Court decision. He's not minimizing it. He knows that it's a big blow, if not a devastating blow, to one of the pillars of his policy. But he's doing an end run around it, and he's right back out of the starting blocks. Tariffs will remain high, and a lot of countries are just factoring that in. They don't want to get too ebullient, and they don't want to get too giddy about this decision.
So uncertainty continues. Thank you, Douglas. That's our international affairs commentator, Douglas Herbert.